And hello to all my Libra friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free Psychic Tarot reading for July 2022. Now, today they've dialed up for you a storyline spread. It's a great spread for general readings because it casts a very wide net across the entire spectrum of my Libras. And we end up talking about 3, 4, sometimes 5 or even 6 different stories for different Libras. It's finding the story that is right for you. There may be multiple stories in there that resonate with you. People have told me that quite a bit. And that's great if they do. Finding the context of how those stories can help you is great. But at the end of the day, there is one home run story in there that is all about you. And that is what I want you to focus on. Even if the first couple don't make sense, hang with it until we hit yours, because your story will be in there. They've also asked that I conclude your reading. Well, we're going to do a runestone, of course, which I always do for all the signs now. But we're going to conclude your reading with an angel protection card. Actually, we're going to do 2 cards for you. So that's just going to give us a little extra push in a certain direction, maybe reinforce certain things that we talk about during your reading. So there's a lot to talk about. Busy month for July for my Libras. We're going to get started right now. No reason to wait. The cards are already shuffled. I'm going to bring you in right here so you can watch. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're ready to have a great July. And we are on. We are recording. Here we go. All right, guys. These are my ritual cuts, I should say. Basically, we cut the decks into 3 different pieces, put them back together in a separate order. It satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot and is the same procedure for personal private reading, so it's just like you're here with me now. And here we go. We are ready. Storyline. I like to start it with 5 cards, guys, so these are your 5 core cards. And then I expand it out from there where I need to. So there's your 5. We're going to need more cards than that, so let me just keep going, see how far they take us. Sometimes these get big. Am I off the screen yet? Kinda. So we'll come down here. There's my end. Okay. So you just need to pretend that this is one big long line. I'm just leaving it like this so you can kind of see it all. These are your core cards. We did more than 5. Let me check my inverts real quick. We do not have enough to matter, so this is good to be paired. Now I'm going to do my pairings. We're going to kind of get this together, guys. This is going to be one story. I need to move this here so I can see it better. Facings play a big role in which way this goes. Okay, so here we go. We are looking at 4 different stories for Libras for the month of July. I'm going to need some extra cards here to describe, and this is where my table gets very full, and I will move the camera around to make sure you guys can see everything very clearly, because I do like to do that with you. Share my table. That was another person card, so that lets me know we're talking about a person. That's why I kind of hid it, in case you're wondering. Not hiding cards from you. It's just not part of the reading. Well, it is part of the reading. It's just different. Let's go here. Okay. These 2. And then... Okay, that part is done. Got a lot blocked here. This needs to be, we need to do a discard, see if they want it read that way. They do not. So that comes back right side up. The order needs to stay the same. Very important in tarot to do that. This is going to be good distributed. This over here also. And that also. So we're good with the exception of an angel card for every story. Getting that now, and then it's just a matter of showing you the stories. Getting them on the camera. Okay, guys, so here we go. These are your 4 stories. Let's get them on frame for you. You can see the bottom right one with Breathe working to the left of the 10 of Pentacles. That's all one story there. On my left, you can also see that bottom story leading from Relationship Harmony left to 4 of Pentacles right. Let's go up top now. That's a big story up there, a couple big stories up top. Let me make sure it's all in view. I think so. You can see the Hermit. You can see the 5 of Pentacles hidden back there. The Queen, okay. And then over here, this is where I need to move the camera a little bit. There you go, right above my hand, right there, is that last story. So, okay, guys, time to get started. Libra time for July. My wonderful Libras, let's see what you got going. The other good thing about the storyline spread is that they can talk about anything they want in here. The field is wide open. There are no restrictions at all. Let's go down here for story one. We bring up, these are some Libras that they're showing the house is kind of upside down here, and it is because of more than likely a man. They do show me the person of a man coming in here, or a masculine figure or energy. A reminder, this is not going to be the story that's going to be for everybody. This actually may be one of my more specific ones, and therefore it rules out a bunch of my audience. But hang with me, guys. I got to give it to you all in a general reading in case it is about you. So the home is upside down because of a man, more than likely, or a very masculine woman, because women can be masculine as well, very strong woman. It can be one of these two, but for most, the likelihood is that they're talking about a man here, okay? So we got a man who is, he doesn't realize he's causing the house to be upside down, or that the house is kind of being neglected or something like that. Maybe he doesn't care or whatever, but he's not upside down about it, okay? So that indicates to me that somebody else is, perhaps, the person he's with is upside down about it, or something like that. They do show the slowest card in the deck next. So this is maybe somebody who is just very lazy, doesn't want to do certain things, or doesn't want to take care of, fixing this or fixing that, or going to work on time, or whatever this is. There's somebody in here who's just a little bit too slow, and they want you to breathe. So that lets me know that this person is causing somebody stress. Now, likelihood is that this is talking about one of my female Libras, about, a man that they're dating or a man that they're with. That's more the vibe of what's going on here. The likelihood is if you were a male Libra, this story is not for you. I mean, it could be, but I mean, you'd really have to put the context together. You'd have to know that, you're not very much of a starter, and you're a little bit non-motivated, stuff like that. But for the most part, I think this is more describing somebody attached to one of my female Libras. So they're saying breathe for you, female Libras, because this person is, a little on the slow side for you. Okay, they do things a little slower than you prefer it to be. But keep in mind that this is happening for a reason, maybe to push you toward more ambition, to motivate you a little bit, something like that. And at the end of the day, maybe this person or whatever they're describing is not meant for you, or not for you, and that is for you to decide. I don't see that happening right now, but at least we're talking about the energies. We're telling a story, guys. That's basically what we're doing. So there's story one. Interesting one. Let's move on to story two up here. Up here we show some Libras that are having kind of a stroke of bad luck lately. If that is you, Libra, this story may be you. Let's say things have been very, very good in your life. I would say this is not your story, and hang with me until we get hit 3 or 4. But this is the bad luck, so this is not your fault. This is not anybody else's fault either. This is just the circumstance or the situation, or maybe maybe if it's business related, maybe it's the economy, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, but it's not really your fault or anybody else's either directly. They do show a lack of authority, being the boss. Maybe it's not time to be the boss. Maybe it's time to just let things play out a little bit more. Maybe even if you're being asked to get more, have more responsibility, something like at work or something, may not be the time to do that. They're showing a shakeup here of some form. And I have 3 major arcana cards. I just noticed that, but that's what they started with, is 3 major arcana cards. That tells me how prominently large that this story is. They just don't tell me a whole lot of details about it, and that's probably because they don't want me to tie it down too tight. So I said shakeup. That is my Tower card. So this is like either it's breakup energy. It doesn't mean that you're actually going to break up in July. Some of you, of course, will, or something like that. But this is a shakeup that just happens very fast. That's what they're describing here. So that can happen in any corner, not just with a relationship. That can happen at work. You can get shaken up financially. You can get shaken up with health, and just decide, hey, tomorrow I'm just going to start this new cleanse, this new diet, and I'm not turning back. That's a shakeup too. So you're moving out of this bad luck. It is a cycle. It is just a phase, really. That's what the Wheel of Fortune card means. It's it's the wheel that goes around, and at some point you're on the upswing, and other parts you're on the downswing. So that's kind of how life works. You're either going up or you're going down, and you're never doing too much of just one thing. So it shows that it's in a downswing. So you guys Libras here are due to come up. Now, when are you going to come up? I'm not sure if July is it, or if you're still working on getting there, but it is soon. So hang in there. They do show also very good spiritual connection here. So you guys are doing very well to be grounded, being well connected to spirit plane, earth plane. The two are flowing very good. That other thing that can mean too is a big purchase. So some of my Libras are making a big purchase in the month of July. And even if you've been on a little bit of a downswing that I described, maybe don't let that deter you from making a big purchase if you already have one on the books. If you're due to buy a new car, if you're due to buy a new TV, don't decide not to just because things have been a little rough lately and haven't been, as good as usual. They're basically saying here, I wouldn't go buy anything just because I said this. Now I'm talking about, that's why I say if you have it on the books, like if you already have planned to buy something in July, I would move forward with it regardless. Do it in hope and in faith, really. Faith is a better word than hope. They do show leadership card coming in here, so it's basically a time, it's an interesting mix because they show leadership, but then they say don't be the boss. So you're going to have to put these together of where they're trying to go with this, because there's kind of a dualistic movement going on here. And maybe it's just a lack of authority too. That may be the way that I should have read the Emperor card in this position, but I didn't see the leadership card at that moment. So here, some of you may actually need to kind of step up some things here and really be accountable for yourself. Really hold yourself accountable too. Because with the leadership card, they're basically saying now is the time to exude these powers and to help guide other people. So you can not be like a brutal leader. You can be a loving leader. You can help kind of motivate others and help kind of the entire, it really feels like work to me, but they didn't come in and tell me work. So I can't go over the top with that. So there we go, guys. That's story number 2, Libras. Let's go over here. Story number 3. Story number 3 shows a brand new something coming in here. They show that with the death card. So this is like cellular level new. They do show relationship harmony. So you and somebody else, could be a close family member. This is your love corner. So this could be your relationship partner or just a family member or even a close friend that they're talking about here. But there is a good relationship going on. Good ambiance, good set of environment going on here for my Libras in story 3. With that death card coming in, though, they do want to bring up the fact that this needs to be 100%. This cannot be 99% or anything less. 80%, 70%. No. This has to be 100. So there can be no carryover from the past. Like no exes creeping back in. No, people from school that you dated a long time ago in your messages. Stuff like that. This is 100% full bore cellular level change popping in. They do not. The relationship harmony was really the only kind of key that they gave me that this may be about love, but there are a lot of weird kind of factors going on here. They're showing that for some of you, this is work related. For some of you, this is also financial related. So they kind of went the whole spectrum with this. So let me just kind of lay it out there that more than likely, this will be the story for most of my Libras because they're attaching to major corners of your life and it's your job to figure out which one they're talking about here. So for some of you, you're in between 2 different places with work. I'm going to give you that one right now. And you're really trying to figure this out. Some of you, it's even a local move, which may be work moving locally, or it may be just your home moving locally in the month of July. That's what comes up there. And if you're in between 2 different places at work, keep in mind that this needs to, for example, if you started a new job and you're trying to keep doing the old job a couple hours, maybe on the weekend, something like that, they're saying no. This got to be full. You got to go full 100% on whatever is new here with work. If there is something financially here, they show that you've been hanging on to something for too long financially or energetically. Let me give you the financial one first. It's time for you to let it go. So if you've been hanging on to finances for too long, saving too much, it's actually a good time to spend, regardless of what is going on with the rest of the parts. We did kind of talk about that big purchase in story 2, so you can see some kind of correlations going on. So it's actually a good open time to spend for a lot of my Libras. And if you've been hanging on to something for too long, that's energetic. That could be part of that love thing too. Maybe hanging on to an ex for too long or somebody from your past. Time to let that stuff go. We have the death card, so let it die. Let the past die so you can move forward with your future. Okay, very big message there. Now let's move into, before I hit story 4, which is a pretty big one, lots of cards there, I do want to give you guys the moon cycle. I like to tell you guys the moon cycle forecast every single month so you know what's coming. July 13th is the first one. That is the full moon that comes in. That is the garbage truck of the universe. Time to get something out of your life with that full moon. Now that hits July 13th. Doesn't mean you have to do this on July 13th. Anytime around that middle of the month is a really good time to get rid of old habits, people. We did talk about that. Financial stuff. Doesn't even matter what it is. Maybe cleaning out an old garage, selling something, repurposing something. All these energies are better under the full moon, middle of the month. New moon is an interesting one for July because we have a little bit coming in early in the month, but I want you guys mostly focused on July 28th, the end of July, there with the new moon we have hitting. That is the best time to bring anything brand new into your life. Like I told you, that big purchase, I would advise you making that big purchase the end of July instead of the middle of July based on that. Let's see where else we can go with that. Big, brand new something with love. Okay, if you're going to advance love, I would do that. End of the month, letting go of finances, that kind of goes with what I just said. Even the work situation, if you're between two different work kind of jobs or projects or decisions at the very least, if it's something new that you're taking on, I would take it on toward the end of July, if you can. And of course, this is fluid. It doesn't mean that you have to do these things. It just makes it a little bit easier for you if you do. Now, I put together a moon cycle cheat sheet. If any of this confuses you in any way, it's free. It is on my website, scottsagent.com, and it is parked under my videos page. Just go to the bottom there and you can check that out. While you're at the website, make sure you're signed up for the newsletter program. That is also free, and that's at the bottom of every single page, I do believe. And that's just a couple little bits of information you enter there. You're part of the newsletter group. I give my newsletter people who are great a couple free readings every year just for being signed up, so that is a no-brainer. And I only send one email newsletter every single month. It's just for updates, promo codes, save you guys money on readings. Speaking of readings, I have a brand new product. It is the Health or Chakra Scrub. Rave reviews just came out a couple months ago. Everybody loves it. I had my newsletter people beta tested. Another reason to sign up for the newsletter. Get those free readings, guys. So that Health or Chakra Scrub is affordable. First of all, it's very, very fast turnaround. It's like that Amazon Prime. You just get it very, very fast in like a day or two. It is very, like I said, affordable, but not just that, but it is, you don't even have to show up. It's an audio reading. I read it with your birth date. And in fact, all of my services are personalized to you. Anytime we're doing like bubble energy stuff, which we got a lot of Libras tuning into this right here in the month of July. This is Libra energy and it's shared. Where my personal products, none of them are the shared energy, and therefore they're much more accurate because it's all about you. So that Health or Chakra Scrub, we look at either your health, physical health, or spiritual health, and you get a choice. That's what it is. That's the Health or Chakra Scrub. We look at one of those two for you. So make sure you check that out on the website as well. Let's get into your story 4. Story number 4. We start with really nurturing the money here in July. Some of you have either gone through some really rough financial patches, or maybe some more financial challenges are on the way in July. So they really just want you on top of it. Just no stupid errors, no silly mistakes, like forgetting to cancel a trial on something and like, oh, now I got billed annually for another year on something just because I forgot to cancel it. Just giving you the vibe and giving you an example of what this is about. So really nurturing the money, nurturing the finances. It can be about health too, but for most people this is financial. And if it's about health, nurturing your health here, they really want you to get rid of something here. Get rid of something, kind of abandon it, where you just get rid of it. It's very full moon energy. It's like if you get rid of like carbs, or you get rid of eating sugar or something like that. So that is the health version, but for most of you this is financial. The next thing they show here is the Hermit card. So that's doing something alone, doing something by yourself, doing it solo, and that's okay. That's actually what they show. So if let's see, getting over. Okay, so the worst is behind you. That's the good part. You're kind of over the hill here. You're over the hump, and there's a notification that is coming in early in July that is kind of going to let you know that. And that's going to probably hit July 1 through 12 before that full moon comes, more than likely. And I view that as a good thing because you're getting over kind of the chaos of it all. And that is a kind of an underlying theme that we've talked about in different ways, underlying tones, and the other stories as well. So message coming in, pay attention to that. And it ends very well, guys. It's like by working by yourself on whatever they're talking about here. The other definition of this is being guided. So some of you may be working with others, being guided financially, or being guided with your health here, and moving toward a brighter future. That's what they show. I have my second greatest card in the deck here, my 10 of Cups. It is my Disneyland happy child smiles, great energy, guys, happy, joyful. And they're saying you know what to do. So that makes me feel really good for my Libras, because you know how to get there. It's not like I have to tell you, you have to do this or this won't happen. It's like you already know what to do. So that's wonderful, because all you have to do is pull the trigger and go. You're ready for it. You know what to do. So that is story number 4, guys. It ends on a very good note. Despite the challenges, July, kind of looking all through the board here. Yeah, there is definitely challenges to it, but I think July ends much, much better than it starts, or at least the challenges start getting wrapped up and stuff like that. So very good to see there. Let's get into your runestone. Then I'm going to do a couple angel oracles for you with your angel protection. But first, the runestone. So the runestone here for July for my Libras. Let me show you. This runestone is for signals. This is the runestone of signals, paying attention to the signs. You know, the universe is giving you red flags for certain things, just like we talked about in the love relationship. Finding something new, cellular level new, you're getting signs from the universe. Pay attention to them. Pay attention to things you hear, things that other people say that they may not be aware of they're saying. Indicators, songs you hear on the radio, there may be lyrics in there that give you, certain advice or certain direction on, what you should do with something. You'd be surprised the synchronicity of the universe and the angels and the spirit guides when you are open-minded to finding it and to listening to it and to hearing it, basically acquiring it. So very good to see signals come up there. That lets me know that, hey, they're going to be showing you signs here, so eyes open. The best advice I can give my Libras is eyes open for the month of July. So that's that. Let's get into your angel protection card. I did promise you guys 2 of them. The first one I think is just grounding in general. They bring up outdoors. So this is a good time in the month of July, the summertime here to get outdoors, go to the beach if you're near a beach, lake, water, get grounded. That's what nature does. Whatever form of nature you are by geographically, it would be a very good time to do that. Get out there to relieve stress. They're letting you know that you actually get inspired when you get in nature too. So new ideas will be popping into your head. We talked about some work project stuff and different things like that. New inspiration, new ideas. Get outdoors, guys, the month of July. Just don't let that sun roast you. It's hot out there. We have also clairaudience. So they're letting you know here that, just like I mentioned earlier with signals about hearing things, now they're kind of reinforcing the hearing part of it here. So you need to pay attention to your mind's ear, listening to things that are just kind of popping in your head out of the blue. Also, like I said, listening to songs that come on that have nothing to do with you. Maybe you're in a store and you hear a certain song come on, you start singing the lyrics. Pay attention to what those lyrics say. We have clairaudience coming in. This can also happen from other people as well. If somebody tells you something and it's just kind of out of the blue, and then they're like, whoa, I don't even know where that came from. What did I just say? That's clairaudience stuff. Spirit works in mysterious ways, and sometimes they use other people to help give us the signals that we need to move forward. So that is the entire reading, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening and joining. It's been a blast. Have a great July. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future videos. Have a great month.